那么接下来我们就请这个 NAIT 这个中国学生会的代表来给市长提问题。
Thank you. Dear sir, thank you very much for your support in the past 2 years to attend our Spring Festival celebration. And I got a question. I know the Edmonton is decided to challenge the right to hold the 2017 Expo. And if students want to stay here, we must to find a full-time job. And this will be a great opportunity for us to find a job because we need construction of the city. And do you think it's possible? And what difficulties the city is faced during the challenge? And is it possible for us to receive the right?
First of all, the question is about keeping our NAIT students here. I can tell you unequivocally that I will meet with everybody and with the government to try to keep these wonderful students here. We are in desperate need of people, and what better people to have here than graduates of NAIT. So I will give you my commitment that we will work with Thomas Akasik and the federal minister to try to find ways so that you can stay. We want you to stay. We don't want you to go home. We want you to become Edmontonians. We want you to build a future here. You are our future. So that's without question. We can only advocate. We don't have the power, but we have some influence. And we'll use all of that to make sure that every one of you stay here, because you are just great students and for a great future for our city. We need you to stay here, whether it's for construction, neither here nor there, or working in technology, or in any number of things you're graduating. We want you to stay in Canada. We want you to stay in Edmonton.
做一下翻译，市长刚才就说埃德蒙顿是非常需要人才，然后非常欢迎我们这些留学生在这里安家落户，为这里的城市建设做出自己的贡献。不管大家是学什么的，学会计的、学技术的、学任何的，这里城市都需要我们，所以他会和政府一起为我们创造这样的机会，让我们的学生在这里安家落户。谢谢。
刚才市长还提了我们省的劳工跟移民部长的名字，就是 Thomas Akasik， 这是我们省里边的这劳工跟移民部长。那个市长说会跟他说，也会跟联邦的移民部长去谈这事啊。那现在因为时间问题，我们还最后2个问题，好吧？那个现在有一位在这，还有一位如果想提的话，准备一下，好吧 ？OK。
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Is Edmonton building a plant to convert garbage into ethanol?
Great question. Is Edmonton planning to build a plant into ethanol? Yes. We turned the sod on a joint venture between the city, the province, and a private company to build the first ethanol plant in Canada made from waste. And that will produce, I forget the amount it will do, but 90% of Edmonton's solid waste, our garbage, will go into that ethanol plant, and so will not be landfilled. And for those of you who don't know, right now we send 10,000, that's 10,000 loads of garbage to Riley every year. 10,000 loads every year, and this will eliminate a great deal of that. Thank you for that wonderful question. Well, the ethanol is distributed through the system. You know, they'll have a pipeline. The pipeline will go up into Fort Saskatchewan. Well, sure. It'll generate a lot of revenue and generate a bunch of jobs, and it'll make for a much cleaner environment. Thank you. Translate that.
市长说呢，刚才女士就问他是不是埃德蒙顿要用沼气啊？沼气大家知道啊，就是这个把废物变成这个有用的这个能源的一个方法。市长说，当然了，这个埃德蒙顿呢一直在环保方面是领先的。那么他刚才因为我在说起他，就是说呢，每年呢这个市里边有1万卡车这么多的这个废物啊。 固体废物，这个要处理。这个处理的话，现在这个方法就是，把它呢就是转换成沼气，而且呢这个既是这个对能源来说呢是一种能源的这个新的这个干净能源，这个可以减少我们这个使用石油啊、天然气这些所谓这个传统的这个能源，同时呢也会对环保带来这个很好的影响，不会影响到这个我们平时把垃圾这个填埋啊，或者是焚烧这些。这是刚才市长说的。那么现在我们最后一个问题啊，OK。
Hi, I have a question that you know, Chinese community is the biggest community in Edmonton, I think, and I think the best way to maintain our traditional culture is to read books, read more books about our Chinese traditional books. Yeah, so I have a question that can you build a Chinese public library for us so that we can read more books and to promote our cultures to all Edmonton people?
That's a fantastic question about how can we build, or I wouldn't say build a library, but how can we supply reading material to make sure that the Chinese community maintains their great culture? Two things. First of all, there is a Chinese library downtown at, where's the Chinese library downtown? At the Multicultural Center downtown. So the Chinese library there. I don't think it's big yet, but it's coming. And the other thing is that the city, our city buys books of various languages. And I think that if you contact the library and they don't have enough books, they'll bring more in. And so I think that without question, it's a great question, and we should do that. Make sure that you're able to read and maintain your tradition and your language so that your children can do that. Another point, that Edmonton is the largest bilingual, well, I should say Mandarin school in the world outside of China, correct? And I want to congratulate the Buddha. But really, we have the largest outside of China Mandarin school, and so we really value our Chinese tradition. Chinese community isn't the largest. Ukrainian, Polish, German are larger, and I think French is a Canadian. So we have many cultures here. Each one is just as important as the other, and the Chinese character and culture is wonderful. Thank you for the question.
We will have more financial aids to build more, to bring in more books, yeah, in our libraries. Thank you.
这个最后一个问题呢，刚才这位女士讲的是市里边怎么来，就是保留我们中国的文化跟中国的传统。那么市长就说呢，这个他特别提到了这个图书馆的问题，是不是能够专门建中文图书馆？那么市长的回答就是说，现在中文图书馆已经有了，就在这个中华文化中心，在唐人街那边已经有，这里边有中文的图书馆。同时呢，他说这个市里边呢每年花不少的钱购买各种各样语言的这个图书，放到各图书馆里边。那么其中就包括我们中文的图书，那么而且呢，图书馆都有这个服务。如果说你需要借中文的图书，你可以跟图书馆提出来。如果这个图书馆没有，他会从其他的图书馆把中文的图书调过来，借给你看。那么市长说呢，他非常重视这个中国这个文化跟传统，也希望我们这个中国的这个人呢，能够保持住自己的文化、自己的传统。那么他说呢，这个其实呢，在埃德蒙顿来说，我们是一个非常这个强大的多元文化的一个社会。那么埃德蒙顿的中英双语学校，那个是中国之外的最大的一个中英双语教育体系。那么这里呢，他说中英双语教育学校的一位代表就呢叶先生，他说他看起来像菩萨一样这么胖胖的，他说他就是在这边。那么同时呢，市长说他非常重视的这个多元文化，我们这个中国的文化跟在这边的加拿大的其他的乌克兰的文化、波兰的文化、德国的文化等等这些都同样重要，因为这是组成我们城市的一个有机部分。那么他也希望我们大家呢能够继续保持我们中国的传统和文化。
One more question. Oh, first of all, I'd like to take a moment to introduce my better half, who's here, my wife Lynn. Honey, come on up. my wife Lynn Mandel, who's a wonderful, 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 wonderful wife. That she says that about me as her husband. So, anyway, one more question, then we'll go around and meet some people. And if there's no other question, I'm quite pleased to give up the microphone. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for being here today. It's very kind of you. For those who are going to vote on October 18th, we'd appreciate if you vote for us. We think we've got a good vision for the city of Edmonton, and we think that together we can build a much stronger, better city for all of us. Thank you all very much.
市长说呢，先我想给大家介绍一下我夫人，叫林英曼戴尔，她是我非常非常优秀的这个妻子啊。那么同时呢，市长说，这个如果说大家没有，OK，let me finish translate。谁是这位这个漂亮女孩的妈妈？能不能来认领一下？市长说这个比我翻译还重要。我说确实的。妈妈呢？哪位是这个？OK，here you go。Yeah。小蝌蚪找妈妈找到了啊。那么市长说，如果这个大家没有问题的话呢，他想就是说非常感谢大家今天来参加他这个互动的活动。同时呢，他等一会儿会到各位中间跟大家再有些互动的交流。那么他说呢，希望呢大家共同努力通过这个市长的选举，把我们这个城市呢建设得更加美丽，大家能够更加和谐的在我们这个城市呢这个快乐的居住。谢谢大家。现在市长呢，这个先大概电视台采访他一下，然后他到中间来。